I would like to start by invoking the spirit of Michael Komape, that little boy who died in a toilet in Limpopo. This is the one story that I consciously shut out because it was just too much for me to process. I couldn't imagine this boy eager to go to school, possibly wearing the first pair of new school shoes for the first time, and a new shirt and new pants, looking forward to venturing into the world of the unknown and making friends. And then all of a sudden, his life ends in the most brutal form of violence. What worried me most was that the story just made it briefly to the headlines, and that was it. There was a silence. There was no outrage, nothing from us as a society, nothing from women, nothing from men. And then it made me realize that a society that is not able to protect a child who dies in that way is a very troubled society.
I think that we are in a society where even as a society, we by our silence, we condone abuse. And I think justice will happen when we are in a society that is saying no to abuse, where the investigators, the police, the magistrate, everybody in that chain of justice believes that it is wrong. Because if they don't believe it is wrong, then they will not give you a fair chance when you are there and your case is being heard.
Your daughter, your future, I am inspiring, girl-defying, hope-aliving, life-reviving. I'm up for the healing, ready to walk through your darkness and feelings, and I've got plenty to share and spare. But no more rape, brother! No more rape, brother! No more rape!
Sanibonani, ngikhuluma isiZulu. Ibizo lami nguZandile Qhilisi nemiyami. Ngihlala Ellisburg ngihlala khona. Maybe ngeza 4 years ngihlala khona lapho. So ngiyaba nenkinga nami ngathinteka vele. Ngumama ngi48 years. Kunomntwana kamngane nami okwangenela endlini behlupha phela umntwana. Emane jump jadi lahlala khona. Lo mntwana wangirepa. Ndambuza athi mntana ngalala nami kanjani. Wangibeka ummesela. Wangirepa lo mntwana ngishela isifo lo mntwana. Lapha ethathe ngihlala khona sekuyitemi umuntu wangixabana nomuntu nonto engathi shu. Sekuyitemi ngine-AIDS ndayithola nge-rape. Ngenza nalo mntwana ngiyamqambela amangu wangirepa lo mntwana. Lethathe ngihlala kulona. Problem yami nje le ngiphathi ukuthi lento yenziwe lo mntwana kaRusisi umngane nami. Ibhlungu manje laba ngithiwa ngalento ibuhlungu. Angikho right. Sometimes abengithiwa ngale ngicabanga ukuthi easy ngithenga umuthi wamagundane eJemiston ngibene nguphuze ngidingise ngithulile phela qedile.
Abuse is a crime. It is not a personal thing that happens to you in a private space. It is a crime that needs to be reported. And I think that as a society, we need to fight to eradicate sexual abuse in our society.
My concern is more for the justice of those people that thought it was okay to be quiet and not talk about what happened to them when their father, their uncle, their brother molested them for so many years and they kept quiet. Justice for me will be when they themselves are free to talk. So let's break the silence.
That firstly, you might think that you are the only one who's going through it. Or secondly, even if you know that you are not the only one who's gone through it, you'll experience a lot of shame when you have to tell the story.
I wonder whether we don't need to spend more time thinking about what else justice is when it's not just the legal justice system. How do we create justice?
We need to have some changes in justice, and one of those is missing people, because in South Africa we're having a lot of missing girls, missing boys who are then found mutilated and raped. And the whole issue of 24 hours wait before a person can be searched, I think that it's something that we need to revisit, because it is apparent that by the time the 24 hours ends, we find these missing people dead.
Justice for me is not about, it's not going through a rape trial, right? It's about a different process. It's about making me feel better. It's about the people I love believing me and treating me like, not treating me like it didn't happen, but also not treating me like I'm so fragile. If they so much as look at me, I'm going to think that everything is about this, right? So you have that client who's saying, this person who's saying, no, I don't want to lay charges, but I do want justice. Alongside the woman who says, yes, I want prosecution and we support this person. The perpetrator goes to jail. I ask her, and this is not one person, do you feel that justice has been done? And she says, no. Justice is more. So clearly she's saying justice is not just, it's something else. There's something else. It's in addition to. Justice is not just the punishment of. Justice is about something else happening to me and me feeling a certain way and a certain relationship to whatever.
I think that people are afraid that fingers will be pointed at them. I think partly, it's also your personality, it's yourself. How do you acknowledge that somebody had violated you? You're almost responsible for yourself. So you're kind of thinking, this is me, and somebody else has managed to come into me, into my space. How did I not protect myself? Because I think that's the first point of entry, is protecting yourself. And so when you talk about it, you're giving into the fact that you didn't manage to protect yourself.
As an African society, we think that bravado-ish kind of mentality is acceptable, and that all boys should be boys. And part of the initiation is a word I learned when I was very young, called bankrolling. How can you be initiated into raping? Because that's what your society is saying.
Make the perpetrators see it with an eye that you have created us with. Make them realize that you are the mighty God and you are the owner of the life. Make them see, when they see a woman that you have created because of you wanted a helping hand for a man. Make them understand that a woman, it's a man, but with a womb. Make them realize that a woman is a mother. Make them realize that a woman is a friend. Make them realize that a child, it's something, it's somebody who will be something one day.
But I want to talk about love, and I want to say that it is possible, and I want to say that we do love each other, and that we are a society in the true sense of Utata Madiba. We are a society of believers, of good people, that inherently we are good. We are not inherently bad. We are not inherently violent. We are good. And when I work with young kids, I always see the beauty and the love and the positive energy that they give us. Let's continue that.